All right, welcome back everyone. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the TriNova Foam Cannon. This is a top seller on Amazon, right around 35 bucks. And again, it's top performer, it's got a ton of reviews, but there were a couple that were a little bit so-so. It looks like there may be some sort of, anyways, basically some of the one-star reviews, it just seemed like a quality control issue. So I figured let's take a look at this thing. Let's go ahead and unbox it. We will disassemble it and look at it and make sure the quality control is there, at least on the unit I got. And then we'll be testing it out, obviously. I don't know if this comes with a 1.1 millimeter orifice in it or not. Now, what is a 1.1 millimeter orifice? That is the little piece inside the head of the foam cannon that water passes through it. And if you're using a high-powered pressure washer, say like a gas-powered pressure washer that has a ton of PSI and a ton of GPM or gallons per minute or water flow, then a standard, usually they come with like a 1.25 millimeter orifice, meaning more water can go through that. Now that's totally fine if you're using a higher powered pressure washer. If you're using an electric pressure washer, something that you got from Home Depot, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, whatever, I've got tons and tons and tons of reviews on pressure washers. I'll link that playlist up here, so after this video you can go ahead and check that out. But basically when you're using those pressure washers that are rated like anywhere from 1600 to 2300 PSI, usually around 1.2 gallons per minute. Sorry, there's a fly going through here. Then you want to change it out to a 1.1 millimeter orifice. It reduces the water flow, creates more foam. You get a better mixture and it creates more foam. Now, on their website, it does not state what it comes with. I saw some answers. Somebody asked, does it come with a 1.1 or a 1.25? One person said, yeah, it comes with a 1.1. Another person said, mine came with a 1.32. I don't even know what size that is, but so we're gonna take a look at it. Again, I have the 1.1 here. This is an aftermarket one. I'll link this down in the description below for you guys. If you have any other foam cannons, you're not getting the amount of foam that you want, get this guy, go buy some Adams Mega Foam and you'll get tons and tons of foam. So let's go ahead and open this thing out. And first things first, guys, we've got the bottle. All right, guys, so the bottle here. The design is nice. I had read on some of the reviews that it was a sticker. This is not a sticker. It's sublimated on there and it's very, very nice. The back of it does have markings, but those markings do not have any numbers to them. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's no actual numbered measurements there, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, actually that's weird. They should have at least done 10 so you can kind of estimate it out a little bit. That's just, whatever. I mean, over time you'll get used to how much solution you want in there, so maybe that first line, whatever it is, you'll get used to it. Now it does state this is actually a 2-liter bottle, which there's no way. It says bottle size 2L, 2 liters. And there's no way, right? So this Griot's is 1,000 milliliters, so this is a liter. Now this one is definitely bigger. It's about the same width. I mean, it's definitely bigger. It definitely holds more solution. 2 liters, I'm thinking like a 2 liter of soda. I don't think that's gonna fit in there, but interesting. Let's see if we can find any other answer on this. I don't see anything. Yeah, so guys, here's the proof on the box. It does show bottle size 2L, 2 liters. Now again, is that 2 liters? I don't know, but that's what it says. And it definitely is bigger than the others. Is it a full 2 liters though? I don't know. Okay, so next thing, it has sort of an in-between opening size, which I'm a fan of. It doesn't have to be as big as like this Griot's is. So that opening size is much larger than this one. I mean, that one goes inside of that one. So that's nice, but as long as it's not like a standard little neck of like a spray bottle, which a lot of them are, you know, it's gonna be easy for you to get your soap and everything in there. So good job there, guys. That's Mr. and Mrs. TriNova, I don't know. Next thing up is we have the head of the unit. Now, if you guys have seen any of my other reviews, you know what I'm about to say. I don't like, oh, wait a second. I take it back. Okay, so normally I say I don't like the fact that this is brass going onto plastic. I don't like that, I don't like that. When I saw this thing on the listing, I saw that immediately. I knew that was gonna be a complaint of mine. I was gonna say I don't like that. However, fantastic, guys, just look at this. On the inside, it's plastic threads. I don't know how they did that, but they did it, and I'm a huge fan of it because now we don't have to run the risk of that hard metal brass stripping out these plastic threads. It's plastic on plastic, so we're good. I'm very impressed with that. That just shows that they're really paying attention to the small details. It spins on very nicely, fantastic. Now again, guys, looking at the size of these things, this one is much, much bigger. So really cool. That is a huge, huge, huge plus for me that I thought was gonna be a huge negative, and I'm very, very impressed with that. Very good. Now we do have the straw, and again, same thing, there's a little piece here, you just thread it right over the top of that. Just get it on there. All right, and we're good. Now the head of the unit is the same as always. The nozzle on the front here, you spin it and you can see those little prongs opening and closing. That's gonna change the degree of the fan that you're doing from a 0 to about a 45. And then the knob on the top restricts either airflow or water flow, I don't know. But basically you want it tightened all the way down, you're gonna get the most amount of foam, so just keep it tightened all the way down. All right, now let's go ahead and open this guy up a little. Let's see if we can disassemble this thing and take a look at it. So first things first, guys, let's go ahead and check the orifice. I'm gonna do this before we even start testing this thing, just to get an idea. So the orifice sits right behind this quick connection point. So I'm gonna go grab a little wrench, we'll back that off, the orifice will sit right there and we can take a look. Okay, so we just got a basic wrench. You just fit it right over the fitting, like so, and twist it off. Good. Now another benefit that I like of this, whoops, and some people say that they don't like it, and it's interesting because on the higher end, more expensive foam cannons, it's true. They come with a quick connection point, but it's a longer thread. As you can see this one, you can still see the threads sitting out of it. I personally do not like that. It just makes me feel like it's not sitting in there well. I feel like I'm stripping it out. Now on the cheaper ones, this one included, it actually has a fitting that I prefer. The threads are shorter, okay? And you can see there's a nice little O-ring on it. That O-ring, it threads in and that O-ring sits flush against the metal, compresses, and you're nice and watertight. So I really, really like that. Again, I don't know if the other one is actually better, but for me, I like this one. Okay, now right inside, we do have our orifice. And our orifice here, you can see it right inside there, it is a little chunked up. It looks like someone had a screwdriver on it already. So let's just go ahead and see. Let's get it out of there. There it is, coming out. All right, and here is our orifice. Yeah, it definitely looks a little bit beat up, guys. Sorry, let me try and get that to focus for you. It just looks like someone has gotten a screwdriver on it before. All right, now here in my right hand is my 1.1 millimeter orifice, and my left hand is the one that it comes with. Now, it is very hard to tell the difference, but I will say right off the bat, the one that it comes with is larger. I'm gonna guess that it's a 1.25. I have this little, the most unscientific thing you've ever seen, but it's a little sharp end. I'm just gonna stick it in the hole. It's hard because this one's sitting flush and this one sits back further. But let's just go ahead and try and get an idea. I'm just gonna kind of go for feel. Oh. Okay, and then this one. Yeah. Yeah, the one that it comes with is much, much larger than the 1.1. So it's probably a 1.25, I would assume. So we'll test it with both so you guys can see the difference. I'm gonna go ahead and put the one that it came with back into it. And then later on, once we start testing this, I'll switch it out. I'll test it with this one, and then we'll switch it out to the other one so you guys can see the difference of how much more performance you get out of it when you change out that orifice. All right, next step, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this front piece so you guys can see the little foam maker piece. It's this little mesh filter, and how you can take this apart, because you can actually replace those foam filters if they start to get clogged up. If you're using a soap that has wax additives or something like that, it can build up in that, and then you're gonna get less foam. So just keep that in mind. This will be an easy way to show you how to take it apart. This one is super simple, because you can actually see they have screws on the side. 2 screws, so that should be really easy. Usually it's a pin, like for example on this Griot's Garage one, it's a pin. So a little bit harder to do, but still not hard. But this one's gonna be real easy. Okay guys, so here's the head, right? Little Phillips head on both sides. So we're just gonna take a nice little Phillips head and back out this first screw. One out, go to the other side. And there we are. Now this front piece should just go ahead and slide off. There we go. You wanna make sure you're paying attention to how everything is looking. Okay, there we go. This is all cleared out now and good to go. Now, in here should be the foam filter, because everything's gonna be passing through here, get to here, and the foam filter should be back in here somewhere. Now, usually, I'll be honest, they fall right out. It's just sort of interesting. I don't know. This one's a little bit different than some of the other ones, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and open this up. So you guys, you can see the foam filter right there, a little hole. I don't know if you can see it, but will that focus for you? Anyways, it's right there. I just can't find any possible way to get it out. So I don't know if it's replaceable or not. It should be. It makes sense to me that it is. So guys, if you know how to change that, comment down below. I'll pin it to the top. So if anybody has a question, I don't have the answer to it right now. I don't have time to reach out to TriNova. It's 6 o'clock right now. So if you do know, comment down below. I'll pin it to the top. So hopefully there'll be an answer down there for you guys. With that said, there's no more reason to keep this off now. So let's just go ahead and put this piece back on. I'm gonna light it up. You wanna make sure that there we go. So just so you guys can see, you wanna make sure that it seats all the way over. Right there, you think it might be on, but it's not changing the prong. So you gotta push it over that next piece. There we go. And now the prongs move and we're good to go. So let's go ahead and put the screws back in. We'll put the quick connect back on the back, and let's go test this thing with the included orifice, which I believe is a 1.25, but I'm not sure the exact size. I just know that it is not a 1.1. Okay guys, so we are ready to go ahead and test this out. I'm gonna be doing it in my shop. I don't have anything down on the ground. I just got a really nice reclamation mat from Max Shine, but I'm doing it on the ground just because I need to clean my floors. So I figured it can get soapy and wet. No worries, I'm gonna be mopping it up anyways. So guys, for today's test, we're gonna be doing it on my 1969 Ford Fairlane. So here it is, guys. I filled up the solution to about here, right where the bottle starts to turn back this way, just to there, that little bottom piece of Mr. Pink. The rest of it is water. I'm going to be using my Ryobi 1600 PSI 1.2 GPM pressure washer unit. It's this little block, it's like $100. Really good value. It is right over there. So we're using that unit. Now this currently has the I'm assuming 1.25, but I don't know for sure, but the orifice that it ships with inside of it. So we're gonna be testing that. We'll see how runny or how super foamy it is. And then from there, I'll be switching out to the 1.1 and seeing what the difference is. Now guys, the solution is mixed. I'm not gonna be adding or subtracting anything here. I'm just gonna use it, test it with the orifice that's in here. Then I'll switch out the orifice and we'll plug it right back into this bottle, so there's no issue of a possible different dilution ratio. It's good to go. So let's go ahead and test this, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys over, and I'm gonna try and get you guys a nice, good, kind of tight close-up view so that you can see just how foamy or runny it is. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in to my pressure washer wand. I have the nozzle tightened all the way down so we're getting the most amount of foam, and we should be good on the angle. I'll play around with that a little bit, so here we go. All right, so there you go, guys. Pretty runny. Like there's nothing for me to actually pick up. It's pretty watery. Getting good coverage, so it's going to be doing its job if you're using a quality soap. But it is quite runny. So let me zoom you guys in on that. Here, I'll spray it again. So as you can see, a lot of bubbles in it. Yeah, just not the thickest foam. So let me go ahead and rinse that off. I'll switch over to the 1.1 millimeter orifice. We'll test that. Also, guys, I noticed while I was playing with the nozzle to adjust the fan, it went from like a straight stream, like a 0 degree, and then this is the maxed out version. Sometimes you can get it where it sprays like crazy, like almost a 90 degree. Obviously, that's not very efficient, but this just goes to here. That's as wide as I'm getting. It's probably about a 30 degree angle. Which is okay, it's not a bad thing, it's just something to note. I can't get it any wider than that. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out the orifice. I'll be right back. Okay guys, we've got the new orifice inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the quick connect back on, and then we'll go ahead and test this out now. Okay guys, so we're ready to go. The panel is wet. Just so you know, that initial test, the panel was wet also. So we should be getting a consistent result here. So let's go ahead and test it with the 1.1, and here we go. Well, no difference really. So interestingly enough, guys, that orifice is definitely smaller. The aftermarket one that I put in there is absolutely smaller. Are we getting any better foam? No, we're not. We're really not. So with that said, guys, would I get this foam cannon if you're operating a, typically with other foam cannons, you switch out that orifice and you get better foam. With this one, I'm not getting any better foam. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that other than that mesh filter. Again, I can't get to it to look at it. So that mesh filter may just be a different density than others, and it's just not creating as much thick foam. So guys, with that said, if you're using an electric pressure washer, I'd probably pass on this foam cannon. If you're using a gas one, you have plenty of flow and all that kind of stuff. It's great. I like that the inside of the brass head is plastic. So the actual threads are plastic on plastic. I love that. I love that it's a bigger bottle. That's cool. It's just not getting a ton of foam. So there you go, guys. There you have it. If you're looking for a cheap, inexpensive foam cannon, I did a review of the Amazon Basics. That got better foam than this, and it's like, sometimes it's 17 bucks, 18 bucks, right around there. It kind of bounces around in price a little bit. But that is it, guys. I hope that helps you. A little bit of a surprising result for me where the 1.1 really didn't make any difference on this foam cannon. So that's it, guys. I hope that helps you. Make sure you like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.